Hi there, guys. I'm back again. Kamil from Cross Zone Town Wall in 1st District. So today I have the pleasure of showing you our WOD of Angie Stays Home. It's going to be for time. It's all backwards. Well, I hope for you guys it looks right. It is going to be 100 pull-ups. So that means bar pull-ups. You can do a door row, which I'm going to show you, or you can do a bent over row, which I'll show you as well. Then we have 100 push-ups. I think everybody's pretty familiar with that. If the push-ups are too difficult, then I'm going to show you a variation, because if we can do our push-ups and stay off of the knees, we're going to be able to build a lot more core strength and eventually get strong enough to actually do it. 100 sit-ups should be okay, and 100 air squats, body weight squats. Pretty basic stuff. I would think you guys are pretty much able to do the 100 pull-ups and finish them, or you can break it up into 10s, 20s, 25s, 50, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay? After these hundreds are done, then Annie is allowed to join. Okay? That means we're doing double unders or jumping jacks. Me, for example, I don't really have anywhere to do double unders because I think my neighbors will kill me. So if you want to hop outside or you have somewhere where you can do the double unders or jumping jacks, totally up to you. And then you're going to finish up with a few more sit-ups. I can show you a variation or two if you want to do something a little bit different. This will be 50 reps, 40, 30, 20, 10. I would say with this one, most definitely, you always just finish. Finish the 50s, and move on from there. Okay? So now I will hop into the other room so we can look at the door row. Okay? So what I'm going to show you real quick is the door row. It's not a ton of resistance on the body, so it's going to be important that you do it correctly, and it's important that you do it really precisely. So you really have to think about the muscles in the back that are moving and the shoulder blades that are coming together. With a little bit less weight, you're going to really be able to squeeze into it, right? Chest open, squeeze into it, the elbows come back, and squeeze and bring them together in here, okay? Hands are going to be turned out. Right in here, chest is going to be open. I come in, squeeze, really, really squeeze. Down, up, and squeeze right in the back, okay? I would say this is probably the least fun variation. And I also, unfortunately, do not have a pull-up bar anywhere here, but I'm going to go over it anyway, okay? Let's go back to the other room. So, hi again, sorry. Like I said, I don't have a pull-up bar available, which is really too bad, but there's not much I can do about it right now. For you, those of you who are going to be doing them, I just did a real basic rundown. Most of you guys know this already. I'm just going to say it anyway, okay? Can't hurt. So, hands are outside, shoulder width, right? Think of a real natural, easy, comfortable, okay? For someone like me, this is kind of a problem because I have really bad shoulders. And for me to get this really back open position is a little too much sometimes. So what I end up doing, which you can do as well, you always have the variation of chin up instead. It's going to work a little bit more of the biceps. You also have a neutral grip, which a lot of people don't do very often if you can find something like that. Or of course you just stay in this old-fashioned but with the hands a little bit closer. Sometimes I find bars that have like this angle, right? This nice angle. And I get to hold it almost together in this kind of a fashion. So for me with my bad shoulders, that's the best. Other than that, you guys also have the bent over row. Or you know what? Let me finish with the pull-ups real quick, sorry. Hands outside, shoulder width. Okay, that's where you're going to find most of your natural power. We have a full grip on the bar. That means closed. Thumbs over. Because if you end up falling off and hurting yourself, it's not worth maybe losing the 2 weeks or even hurting yourself a little bit worse. Always nice and tight, okay? You always start hanging, arms extended, and we end up in the end, chest up, open, arrogant. A little bit like an ass, yeah, like an asshole. Boom. Down, down, down. And we always, when we do a pulling movement, we always want to bring it from the elbows. If you're pulling with the hand, you're losing a lot of power, right? If I pull with the hand, I'm using a lot of the wrist and a lot of the biceps. The biceps should always be secondary when doing a back movement, right? So that means whenever we pull coming back with the elbow. Like if somebody wanted to steal your wallet and you elbow them in the mouth, the power's from here. And when I use the power from the elbow, I can use the lat and the rest of the back. Okay? You're going to notice that a lot. I'll show you in the bent over row. It's really easy to tell when someone starts to use too much of the wrist. Once you start seeing them move a lot, you know they're probably using a little bit more of the other things that should be saved for later. Okay? And to finish with the pull up, get the chin over the bar, do the best that you can, and then come back down into a hanging position. A good way, of course, is if you need to scale it for yourself, bands. Bands are a great way to do it. Just make sure you keep form. And when I say form, if possible, if you have the core strength, try and hold it in a nice gymnast type form, right? That means the hips are tight, the abs are tight, the ribs are down. It's almost like holding in a pull-up position, slightly hollow, okay? If you can do them in that position, you got it made, okay? And if not, start working on it. Gives you something to work towards. Okay, now we got bent over row. I'll show you what I was talking about. So with bent over row, we are usually going to start with the feet pretty close. They're going to be right under the hips, right? Hope you can see enough. Butt comes a little bit back, and I have a bend in the knees. Let me show you a little bit better. Okay, so here we are. Down, right? And I always, sorry about the light. Apologize about the light. I'm always here, right? The weight is always over the middle of the feet. Okay? So I'm here, and I pull up, 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 up. And what I really want to do, okay? What I really want to do is I want to take the weight when I'm here, and I want to put it in my pocket. When I come in this direction and it follows the leg and it comes into my pocket of my pants, then I know I'm coming up with the elbow. And when you see someone pulling up and it comes up into the chest, you're already feeling it in the wrist and more in the bicep. So we're here. The natural, or for many people it's not natural, but the strongest way to get your back involved, elbow up, hand comes in the pocket. I would say for most of you it's not necessary to come all the way up here. We just come to about back, parallel, back down, control, both at once. Boom, down, up into the pocket. Okay? Pretty basic stuff. So, that'll be back. You got 100 of them. So enjoy. We've got push-ups. Okay? These are what we want to stay away from. The knees. Okay? You're never going to find power in here. You'll never learn it. So your best bet is to find a surface that's higher, like a chair or the couch. I'll show you after. And make the angle of attack easier for yourself. But it allows you to keep the body open and to keep the core tight. Okay? The push-ups I like to do usually tend to end up also, like I was talking about in the pull-up, in a little bit of a hollow hold position where I keep these really strong and tight, okay? These in here is super important for me, okay? This is where a lot of power can be generated. Top of the leg here, bottom of the abs, okay? Because if I don't have this power here, I get this butt sag and you get these ugly, ugly push-ups, okay? So we need it. We're gonna need the hands about shoulder width. If you need to think about it, I always say if you're going to be in some kind of a fight or something, or you have a problem with somebody, right, and you want to push them away, if you naturally push against the wall or you push a car that's been broken down, you're always pushing from here. Always inside, nice, strong, and tight. You see with the power lifters, the elbows are tight because they use the max of their chest and finish it off with the tricep as a helper, right? If I'm doing my push-ups or chest press and my hand's up here and I'm coming out, I'm only working up here. Shoulders, lots of the shoulders. We need to be inside. Here, you need to think about it and you need to feel the chest tighten up. It's a lot like these funny Tai Chi motions, right? But here, I feel where I tighten. As soon as I'm too high, there's not enough going on. Okay? So, about shoulder width. Here, okay? Feet together on the balls of the feet. Arms are tight. Body's tight, strong and rigid. Lower the body, right? And come back up. You have the option of coming down, letting go, pushing back up, or just continuous. Okay? Good. So, if you need a variation for a push-up that's a little bit easier, I will show you what I was talking about on the chair here. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Just something easy like this. Make sure you don't slip out, down, up. Okay? Like I said, you can do it on the couch, you can do it wherever you'd like. Cool. So, 100 of those. Now we have air squats. Squats are pretty basic once you learn them correctly. Okay? I'm just going to read it to you real quick, then I'll show it. Squatting. We're always going to be about shoulder width. Okay? Feet always nice and strong, really good foundation. The knees should always be in line with the toes. So anytime we have the problem where the knees come inside, you know there's going to be a lot of weakness because we lose structure and we lose the chain. Okay? So, let's see what we can do here. Good. Sorry, I have no head. So, we are about shoulder width, right? I'm going to make sure my knees are out a little bit. As I turn the knees out, the hips and the butt tightens up back here. It gives me a little bit more of a tightness, right? I'm stronger. And now, I sit back, down, back up, right? Down, right here. This is where you should feel it in the end. Back up. One thing you see a lot that's a little bit of a problem, down, 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 and then this rounds. I see this as a big problem because as soon as I round, all the pressure comes here and this entire chain is broken. Okay? When we're here, this is locked. I can't do anything, right? I'm here, down, spring. Okay? Cool. And if you can, the hips come down a little bit further than the knees. I know for some people it's harder than others. And even if this is too difficult for you, if the air squat is too difficult, go ahead and do a box squat. Sit down on the chair, sit down on a box, do whatever you want. If it's too easy, more repetitions or grab some weight. Grab a backpack, do whatever. Okay? Cool. Last but not least, we have our sit-ups. Okay, we're just going to do normal sit-ups, and I'll show you a couple variations for the second set since you'll be doing it twice. Okay, so good old sit-up. Feet together, right? I come back, shoulders on the ground, touch the floor behind me, back up, touch the feet. Okay? 100 of them. If you decide to do this movement again for the 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, cool. If you want something a little bit different to do, it's not a huge variation, but it feels a little bit different. Come here, heel touch. It's small, but it really works on the nice lines in there. Okay? Boom, up. Okay? Or you can even do alternating, back and forth, flutter, scissor. Okay? I hope you guys have fun. Have yourself a nice Sunday. And you know what? If you guys have questions, I'm guessing I'm linked somewhere in this video. Go ahead on Instagram, shoot me a question if you got it. No big deal. I got the time. All right? Take it easy, guys. Happy to see you soon.